Welcome to ADNtv on Monday, November 2nd. Here are the headlines. Somalia's Prime Minister has declared a war on corruption in order to boost the country's revenue. PM Mohamed Roble toured the Finance Ministry, Mogadishu Port, and Central Bank over the last few days. There he saw the possibility for improving the government's financial standing. At the end of last week, the 2020 budget of more than $671 million was approved. This is an increase of $200 million from 2019. $260 million is to be supplied by the government through revenue collection. The balance is to come from donors. Roble would like to see Somalia's contribution rise over the next few years. The Somali Senate's senior legislator wants a change in election policy. Speaker Abdi Hashi asserts the federal government shouldn't appoint the election committee for Somaliland, saying, "The federal government does not have the right to appoint a committee for Somaliland, as it does not appoint committee members from the federal member states." The FGS was appointed to oversee the Somaliland legislative voting in the September agreement with the federal member states. Somaliland has declared itself an independent state and has refused to take part in national elections, holding its own. Somalia has decided to include Somaliland representatives chosen in Mogadishu. The leader of the upper house did not present an alternative if Somaliland refuses to take part in the polls. Hirshabelle State is readying for its regional elections this month. Candidates for the region's top post must register by Wednesday. Opposition leader and former president Sheikh Sharif Mohammed has flown to the state capital, Jowhar. He says he will meet local politicians and try and resolve electoral disputes. The United Nations celebrated the 20th anniversary of UN Resolution 1325 over the weekend. The document endorses women's involvement in peace building. James Swan, the UN head of mission in Somalia, praised women's efforts in the country. He also said, "We call on federal and state authorities, political leaders, civil society groups, and international partners to uphold the centrality of Somali women in peace, security, and governance." His statement also reinforced recent calls for achieving the stated goal of 30% representation of women in the legislature through coming polls. Somalia's Minister for Women and Human Rights Development, Hanifa Ibrahim, responded saying, "We will not stop in our efforts to build on these accomplishments to ensure women's full participation and representation in politics, leadership, and decision-making." While Somali women have taken high-profile roles in NGOs, important government posts have been limited. The new cabinet, announced last month, includes only 4 female ministers out of 27 positions. ADNtv reports the top stories from Africa, Somalia, and the world.